Thank you very much for joining us. We got Blue Raspberry, legendary songstress, Wu-Tang Clan, Dirty Jersey in the fucking building. I appreciate you, man. I really do. You can tell I'm pretty fucking excited, man. So thank you very much.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
No, I'm been hyped. We were supposed to do this last week. Life got in the way a little bit. I hope that situation's a little better for you.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good. So we're gonna jump right into it, man. Everybody, if you got questions, please use the questions feature below. I can pull them up. She can see them, and we can just jump into it right there. And just like on the page, if you get on any fuck shit in here, I will block you and send your ass home. So don't get all wild in here.
I don't think anyone's gonna do that.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh wow. Okay.
You get some crazy shit. So unfortunately, I got to put that disclaimer out there. But it's all good. We keep it moving. So this is an honor for me because Purple Tape and a lot of the joints you were on are a huge part of my growing up. We was plotting like shit and listening to this. So it was like and when the voice came on, and you know, like a lot of this stuff was like the Purple Tape was big for me. I'm from Connecticut. It was 95 Cuban Links. So when we heard all this stuff and we heard you and then the singing and everything, it was like, yo. So thank you for being like a huge part of my formative years. I really, you got me in a lot of trouble.
Thank you.
So before we get into the Woo stuff, I want to get into this. I like to know where people are from, what you're about, stuff like that. So from Jersey, right? South Jersey. Most people I know from North Jersey. So what was that like? I mean, I lived in Philly for a minute. It's a little different down there than like up north.
I don't know who's texting me, but it always makes my sound go out. Can you ask that question again, please?
No, I was saying like, I lived out in Philly for a minute. So I'm familiar with South Jersey a little bit, but all my people's in Jersey are from up north. So like, just, what was your experience like growing up down there? Like, were you into hip hop? Like, what, like, I want to get into that.
Yeah, I was into hip hop. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I'm about to show my age right now, but
I looked it up.
Shut up. Oh, my daughter's on here too, Asia.
Oh, salute.
Hey, baby girl.
What up, Mom? She said, hey, Mom. So, yeah.
But anyway, my grandparents said, well, really, I grew up on Motown. I grew up listening to Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Dinah Shore, B.B. King, Johnny Cash, Shaka Khan. It's a whole mixture of things. But then when Must Be the Music came out, Must Be the Music.
I know.
Yeah. My grandparents got me this Ladybug record player with a handle. And I was little as hell and people was carrying around boom boxes. So my record player was my boom box. So I would used to play that all the time on my record player. I mean, of course, I had to carry it with two hands so it didn't skip. But after that, Rapper's Delight came out. And I just been, man, I've been hip hop since day one, but it's various.
Right. No, and I appreciate you sharing that because I think I saw somewhere you were saying like you mentioned like Def Leppard, Aerosmith,
Led Zeppelin,
right?
Aerosmith, the
Kiss.
Beatles, Rolling Stones, listening to the Police. Shit, I was rocking the hell out of Billy Idol.
The Police too. So how did you get into like the I guess like the 80s or 70s classic stuff that like the non-soul stuff as well? How'd you get into the rock and everything? How'd you get into all that too?
I just was always somebody that just loved to hear good music, and I used to I would sing in I just love to sing different categories. I like go into different characters and everything. I'm a rock singer here, I'm an R&B singer here, I'm rapping right here, I'm even beatboxing on the corner while niggas is freestyling after school. You know what I'm saying? I was in fourth grade battling people and singing at school. I was in fourth grade battling.
Word. That's what's up. So can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like you just got into singing? Did you have any formal training or like would you in a church or anything or nothing like that? just came with it.
I just used to love listening to music and just couldn't shut the fuck up. I would just sing, and my grandfather said I was like 2 years old, and I was holding notes.
Like really singing, like singing at 2. Damn. You was battling in 4th grade. I would have loved to see like, so like what was the reaction when you started, they rhyming and you started singing?
Oh man, everybody was like my day one. They already knew I could sing, but they would be surprised, like, yo, she really mixing that singing in, like, because they would be freestyling, but then I'll start freestyling, but I'll be, freestyling in notes.
Damn. Let's fast forward a bit to the discovery. I guess you were working at what, Bally's, I think it was, or
I think it was Bally's out, yeah.
Out in AC, right?
Mm-hmm. And it was around the time, like, if you watch the Wu Saga, when they was in Atlantic City at the Impact Convention, that's when they met me.
That was like 90. What year would that have been? Like
93?
93, right? So that was that before they? So that was before they had dropped the
Yeah, that's before Chacal and all of that.
Before that shit. So you're working, and what happened?
I was getting off, and me and my girls was walking through the casino floor. Matter of fact, I think Rasheen is watching on here right now. And I just happened to be singing, I think it was Somebody Loves You by Patti LaBelle on the loudspeaker in the casino. And so I really wasn't paying no mind. I was just, if I hear music, I feel like saying, I'm just going to sing. So I just started singing while
on the casino floor.
Huh?
Just on the casino floor. You was just belting out. Okay.
But I wasn't belting it out because I was surprised they heard me.
Okay.
And then I just, I walked past these four dudes standing up against the pole, and they was like, yo, it was Ghost was like, yo. And then Ray was like, yo. And I turned around and it's like, can you hit that again? I was like, what? Hit that note again? And so I was like, but then Rasheen then was like, girl, you better sing. So so I sung, and after that it was a wrap. That's when I went upstairs and I seen, because see, when I met them on the floor, I think it was Ray, Ghost, Deck, I think Yui was down there. And then we went up and I met RZA, I met Divine and all of them. Meth was in there, and RZA sat me down and he talked to me, and he just was like, your voice is so unique. And he said, I'm going to tell you, not if, but when we blow, you coming with us.
When? Did you think he was blowing smoke, or did you, I mean, people say stuff all the time, like, you know what I mean? Like, or did you, how did you receive that? When, were you just like, yeah, what the hell is this? Like, what was going through your head?
I was just a free spirit. I was just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, like, if anybody else would have said that to me, I would have been like, nigga, you bullshitting. But for some reason, I could tell by the look in his eye, like, he did not look like, he was not a dumb nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, I don't know if it was a spirit or something like that, was like, all right, see where it go.
Right.
And so we kept in contact. Ray and Ghost was always coming down to Pleasantville to get me, shit like that. And RZA called me up one day. He was like, yo, you ready? But in between that time, we became close like family. So when it was time, he was like, you ready? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. He said, all right, see you in a couple of hours. I was in New York recording.
What was the first, you were recording what?
The first recording I did was Heaven and Hell. But
yes.
For that, it was little things where I would just be in the studio with them, and I would just be, freestyling on the microphone or whatever. But RZA kept me under his wing a lot, like in creation and, brainstorming and shit like that.
Right. So, I mean, like, you met him in 93, this is 95. So for like 2 years, he's kind of grooming you, if you will. I mean, for the lack of a better word, right? I mean, And so you
Well,
just
I think it's like 93 because Tikal, no, Method Man was released in 94, I think.
right, yes. Takal was released in '94.
And also in 94, Heaven and Hell, The Descent was on the Fresh soundtrack.
That's right. That
And
was
at
the shit.
that time, I had already recorded it.
Right. So you're rocking with them. I mean, but before that though, so you said you were just going up, hanging out, building and stuff like that for a few, and then like let's drop this. Yo, so even with him saying when we blow, and you like feeling the I mean after you recorded, were you like did you think okay? Here's the question: did you think Wu Tang was gonna be Wu Tang like what it is now, like the W everywhere? Like, did you
And
see all that?
I had faith that it would, but like 80-90% of me had that faith that yeah, it was going to be like that because number one, each and every one of them have a different style. You know what I'm saying? And you compare two and two up that would match each other like Ray and Ghost. You know what I'm saying? That was like the perfect matchup right there.
Perfect, of course.
You got Dirty that's so free spirited and just like I don't give a fuck. And then you got Meth where he's he's laid back, funny as hell, but'll cut you the fuck up with his with his penmanship.
Right.
And then you got Deck that's just like the front, like
Deck is that dude to me. That Deck is my like that. That's my. He's just a technician with it to me. Like this surgical. Like every bar is surgical to me.
And then you got with his lyrics, but you got always tell me if I'm wrong. You got the way he run. He always came in with that bounce. Like each and every one of them brings something to the table. Raekwon, his voice is dope.
Right. They got the slang. I mean the whole thing, right? I mean the whole
Together.
yeah, the whole shit, and it's like nine identities, forming like Voltron, and like the whole shit this is wild. I heard that you had like a pretty close relationship with Dirty as far as like, friendship wise, like what that was what you do, right?
I had talked to him that day.
A word?
Yeah, but that be getting me,
Yeah, I know, I got you. Yeah, you can yeah. Damn.
I kind of lost it, so.
Rest in peace, Dirty. Damn. Damn. All right.
Yeah, man, that shit got me.
Nah, I got you.
Hit that.
I got you. I ain't. Yeah. He was one of a kind, and Brother Jay talks about him honestly a lot, saying he used to come into high schools and battle everybody and stuff. So rest in peace to Dirty. We ain't got to go there if that's heavy for you, but you know what I'm saying.
Nah, because I'm gonna be all right. I hadn't talked to him since he had got out in a while, and probably maybe a couple, maybe a no. It was that day he was getting off the plane, and they had the show that night. And fast forward, he reminded me of the song me and him was supposed to do, and I remember back in 95, 90, maybe 94, me and Dirty was sitting down in RZA studio in the basement in Staten Island, and he could sing. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, he like opened up to me about, when he got shot and everything. We was just sitting in there in the studio, and he was like, you know what I like? I said, what? He said, Brainstorm. And I was like, and he just started singing like, when the world, dun, dun, dun. And you know how he moves and everything, but he was so on point. And then I had to come in with the, now I can feel a love that's for real. And we was just going at it. He said, we're going to do that song, but we never got a chance. He had got sent away. And that day that he left us, I had talked to him earlier that day, and I was so happy, like and he talked to me soon as when the plane land, when you have network, he was talking to me from the plane, and while he was walking off the plane and everything. So he said he was going to call me back later on that night. Fast forward, I got a call while I was sitting there waiting for him to call from Say Wonder Woman from Selena. And she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm waiting for Dirty to hit me up, let me know, what he going to do as far as this song. Because we just now starting to talk about it." And she said, "Are you sitting down?" Now, when somebody asks you, "Are you sitting down?" That's already getting me like,
Yeah.
heart started like, and
Yeah, your heart.
she's like, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Why? What's up?" And I heard her voice. It was shaking. And I just like braced myself. I was like, "What is it?" She said, she told me he was gone.
Mm.
I'm sitting here saying, "Yeah, I'm waiting for him to call me." And like for a while after that, it was hard because they would show his picture at the end of the awards, and my ex-husband basically had to jump over something to like grab me because I just like flipped out.
Wow. Damn.
So
Rest in peace to Dirty.
yeah,
So yeah, that must have been super hard, and I'm assuming you were
I didn't go
pre.
to the funeral.
What's that?
I didn't go to the funeral.
Mm. You just couldn't bring yourself to.
Nah, instead I drove all the way to Indiana and went into this studio and made the song called Motherless Child. I just freestyled like my own verse, but I just had to like get on the road though.
Indiana. Wow. Nah, everybody grieves differently, and that's important to actually kind of note, man. I mean, it's not we don't all do it the same, so you have to handle it in your own way. Um, damn. He was one of a kind. I'm glad I got to see him live a couple times, and it was Dirty was Osiris, Dirk McGirt.
If he loved you, he loved you. If he didn't like you, you would know it.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's why I'm happy he loved me. So.
So let me ask you a question. It's obviously been beneficial for your career to have been, to be part of the whole Wu-Tang experience and everything like that. But did it pigeonhole you at all as far as your career goes, or was it always just a good thing, or did it be like, oh, she the Wu singer, like, did it point you in a particular lane, or like in a negative way?
Mm, no, all right. Repeat the first part again.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, being part of the Wu, being singing and everything like
Yeah.
that, and then doing stuff later in your career, did it affect you? Was there any negative impact of being part of Wu, like kind of like where you were just like typecast as, oh, she's just a Wu singer and she
No,
just sings this type of music and that's it?
no.
No, no. Um, how'd you get your name?
Never be another ODB.
Mm, never. How'd you get your name? I was Killer Priest, I think, right? Or no?
Killer Priest gave me my name. We was coming out of Chungking, and I think that's when Dirty was doing Raw that night in Chungking.
Okay.
And we all came out, and RZA was like, because my name's Candy, he said, we got to find a name. And everybody stood back like this, and then Killer Priest just bust out and was like, when I look at you, I see a blue raspberry. And then niggas like, ooh, he killed it. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
What did you think when he said that?
It sounded like a stripper name to me, but I was like, fuck it. Go with it. Shit.
You just
I
ran.
don't care. I was fuck it.
How old were you at the time when this all started? I forgot, like 8 for you.
I was just going on 21.
You were a baby. As So this was all like, yeah, that was stripper name. They really laughing at that.
Yeah, man. And then like a lot of people haven't seen me. Some people have, some people didn't see me record with them. And I would be in Atlantic City, and there would be sometimes it'd be somebody that didn't know me, and then they'd come up and they'd be like, "What's your name?" And I'd be like, "Candy," or whatever. And then somebody else would be like, "Yeah, but that's Blue Raspberry." And if they hadn't heard Wu-Tang, they was like, "You dance?" Bitch, no.
Uh, oh shit.
Fuck you mean? No.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing that a lot of people hadn't seen you. Like, I mean, you were in the Heaven and Hell video, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, I mean, so but it was. I told people like who I was having on the show, and they were like, and then even the picture, and they were like, oh, and I was like, yo, Rainy Dayz, nigga. They're like, oh shit, like, so it's doing on the low for a minute. Yo, I heard that your first album was lost in the flood. Was it the same flood that Dex album was lost in? Was that the flood? So that was your debut joint gone too.
Gone. My little brother, Vicious.
Damn. So what'd you do after? I mean, what was the move after that then? As far as like albums gone, I mean, what year was that?
Had to be like 96, 97, something like that. And then like, after Rainy Dayz, I went on to record with the Grave Diggers. I recorded on the Pillage, recorded on the Ghost Dog soundtrack, recorded with Sons of Man. Just I'm on a whole lot of shit.
Yo,
But
how'd you link up with my man Apathy? That's my people's. Big up to him. CT all day. So I mean, how'd you did a few joints with him?
That's my bro right there.
Oh shit. That's my man right there.
Apathy, I think he hit me. Damn, was it MySpace?
This was the video I posted because I didn't know until I posted that video, and I'm like, holy shit. I was researching for the interview, and I'm like, damn, she did a few joints with him, and he had hair, or he was young back then.
Yeah.
How'd y'all link up? You said MySpace?
Yeah, he hit. It was one of those because I refused to get us Facebook, so it was on MySpace, I believe, and we just gelled like it was dope. Like we just stayed in touch, and he was saying he had introduced me Army of the Pharaohs and all of them demigods, and it was like after a while we was talking for a minute, probably some months later or whatever, he was ready to do the video for the song that we did, because I recorded it and then sent it back to him. So he was ready to do the video, and then went up to New York, got the video done. Mike Shinoda was in it, Poison Pen. And it was nice because it's a mix on there by 9 Inch Nails on YouTube.
Word? Of that track?
Huh?
You said a mix of that track?
The winner.
Oh shit. All right. I'm at the peep that. Yeah, I was so surprised. I was like, what? How do they link up? I mean, that was because that's my man. So, like, that's dope. That's dope. So, to me, I mean, I don't rap, but big fan of this. Been around this since '82. The rap game's kind of watered down these days. There's talent out there, but it's kind of hard, a little harder to find, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't know what it's like on your level. What would you say it's like in 22 as far as like the singing game goes?
Are you talking about with auto-tune or without?
Well, I mean, that the auto-tune doesn't count to me, so I'm just saying without.
Don't count to me either, but damn near everybody got auto-tune out there.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, because that means that I could just get out there and you could, like, if I had the right look and some moves, right, and you could just do some shit to my voice, right, and make it seem fresh. I sound like I'll be sure of some shit, right?
Right now, it's
you look discouraged right now.
Shit, you started talking about it. Well, anyway, no, I was going to say, I really don't know what to think about it right now because, we were doing, doing our thing back then. It felt more of an accomplishment because you had to literally, like, you wasn't recording at home like that. You had to get in, get into the studio. You know what I'm saying? You had to put the work in, had to have a street team. People literally got up and went to wall record store or Sam Goody or whatever and had to get up out of their bed or leave home and go pay for your record. Right now, it's like all you gotta do is press a button. You can sound like whoever the hell you want to sound like and just put shit online. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just different to me now. And as far as singers, the way I look at it, I was raised off of, I call them nothing but the greats. I was raised off listening to the goats. So I think out there, Jill Scott, you know what I'm saying? I really listen to her. I listen to Erica Badu. Um, there's some good singers out there. Jasmine Sullivan's a good singer. I'm more into the natural vocal. I'm more into people that can sing with or without a microphone.
That's singing to me.
And it's, there's not the variety that it used to be. But there are good singers that are out there, just like the ones, before us. There are some good lyricists, not rappers, but lyricists that are out there right now. And I mean, as far as hip hop is concerned, it's still there. Like, I mean, there's young boys that's coming up sounding like shit. Farside, the Fushnikins, damn Nas, like they're really lyricists. And it's just, if this other stuff that's in the front could move the hell out the way, they can get the shine that they need. So as far as the, hip hop or, singing, I don't really look at it. It's not that interesting to me right now.
Yeah, I mean, so it sounds similar to the rap game a lot. It's a lot of some talent out there, but it's a lot of watered down shits, push and play.
Man, we
Like,
used to listen to lyricists, like even till this day. My kids, when they were in high school, they was like, they would listen to the radio and they like, Mom, turn on the satellite radio. They ain't even want to listen to the shit that was out at all.
yeah, because it's whack. I mean, it's terrible.
My son's favorite rapper is Eazy-E.
Easy E. Oh shit, you look easily. I love Easy E. He was great. I mean, how could you not look? I mean, he was Easy E was dope. Fuck, hell yeah, with me. How could you not love Easy E? What was I gonna say? Oh, so like career wise, like after the first album was supposed to come out, didn't come out, and like so, I didn't really hear much. I mean, I was living life, but I mean, I didn't hear much coming from you. What was going on with you then after like the whole Wu-Tang?
Well, my lawyer, Scott Felcher, broke me out of my contract because of details that I had no idea about. And yeah, the industry type shit. But broke me out of my contract, and what I did was I moved away. I moved down south because I wanted to raise my kids. I didn't, and plus I always worked. So when I found out certain things that I found out, music wasn't my bread and butter. I didn't want it to be. Music is something that I love. Nothing I need to be stressing over or chasing nobody down for no money over. You know what I mean? So, I left. I had my kids, got married, raised my kids, got into business and artificial intelligence. So, outside of music, that's what I'm doing. I'm more of, I didn't want to miss any time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't always want to be gone on the road or anything like that. I wanted to have my babies and raise them.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's what's up, man. So it's always different. Sometimes, and usually it's different for female artists too. Like once if you have kids and you do want to, let's say you do want to be on the road, you have some choices to make. So, so you said you were always working, like pretty much.
Yeah. And see, I always believed in, all right, this is what your goal is. You want to sing, okay. But just like a basketball player, if I lose my voice, my career is over. So I always had to have a primary. Plus, my kids need medical insurance, pension. I need pension, and all of that. The music industry doesn't have that.
Right.
So I needed to make sure my kids were taken care of. If I can't have that as far as singing in this industry, no, I'm not. I don't want to deal with it. I had put my kids first.
Right.
So I got in, I became a data analyst, ended up becoming a data scientist. Now I'm director over artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good.
So
I'm good.
Yeah, the music stuff was extra.
Yeah,
Like,
so I'm still doing music. I mean, me and Raekwon got something coming out. I'm on something with Deck. Me and Meth and Ill Will just did the GOAT a couple of years ago. So, and plus, every once in a while, I still come out on stage with them.
Oh, word. That's what up. You said Ray, and you got something with Deck too?
Yeah, he dropped a 16 on one of my songs.
Oh, word.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And just did something with Deck and getting ready to shoot him over about, a couple of songs. And, either we go in the studio or we go ahead and transfer them back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, if you could, I mean, would you say, I mean, obviously, I've heard a lot of people say that the studio vibe, I mean, it's obviously easier to send music back and forth if you're living across the world.
I like being in the studio.
Right.
And brainstorming, coming up. We could go in there and be planning on doing one thing, but then the way our minds work, come out with something completely different and better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by the way things are right now compared to then. You put that work in back then. If you had to travel and be there, you had to be there in the studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I always like being in the studio with whoever I'm working with. But right now it's, if time don't permit it or whatever don't permit it, now you can go, because I got a studio here at home with everything. So, send it to me, record it, shoot it back.
So I'm looking forward to hearing those. Do you have a favorite? Well, actually, I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite Wu track that you jumped on that you were part of? Do you have one? Even as far as maybe not even the song itself, but just how it came together, the experience about it.
I'm gonna say Rainy Dayz.
That's my yes.
You know why?
What?
Because I'm the one that played the keys on it.
A word?
Yeah, we were in the studio when it was just me and RZA in the studio when the idea even came up.
Oh, I heard something about this. Yeah, I forgot what I'm getting old. Like yeah, tell it though. You there was a because you had the hook from somewhere else though, right, or something like. Yeah. Please.
Like, remember when I told you RZA always kept me under his wing?
Right.
So we was in his basement and it was just me and him, and he was over to my right, and I was playing the keyboard, but I got behind the microphone because Riz is the type of person that likes to catch a genie in a bottle. So whenever I touch that microphone, he already done pressed record.
Just the organic, try to get the raw.
So, really, I was, singing this old Barbra Streisand, Donna Summer song called not called, but the one it's like, it's raining, it's pouring. My love life is boring me with tears. And then I got on a keyboard and it's an old video game. I just started playing it. And then broke it, RZA came over. He was like, do that again. And so I was doing it like the melody is like so we came up with a piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Chopped it, yeah.
Yeah, and so then me and him sat there and that's when we came up with it's raining, he's changing, my man is going insane. So we came up with that. And after I had left, it was like all of a sudden the song it became a track. It was Rainy Dayz and it was on Cuban Links. But that's how Rainy Dayz came about.
Wow, that's and usually the best stuff is like the organic, like just what's that? And then it's just boom, and then so yeah,
Like we
that's
used to, like me and Riz, like we used to bounce ideas off of each other. Oh yeah, that's going to be in the making. Me and Takitha, that's going to be in the making.
yeah, that was a good suggestion, and I'm glad you already there.
Me
That
and her
would be
already spoke. It's just a thing of getting to it to do it.
yeah. Life be getting in the way sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way sometimes.
So I'm going a little harder now with it because all my kids are grown.
Yeah, you can.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You can move a little different. I got one still hanging around, so that motherfucker get out. We good. So, so what do you have? You said you have. So you look at it. Yeah, he said that's gonna be Flames. Big up Watkins. That is gonna be Flames. Takitha.
Yeah, you are.
Some Deck shit, some Ray shit. Didn't you just do something? Well, how recent was you on a meth joint not too long ago, right? Or
that was GOAT, me, him, and Ill Will.
Right. Okay.
I was in a video.
Yeah. That's what's up. So, big picture for you, like, if you had to choose, or someone said, like, what would you want to be? I won't say legacy, but just known as, or remembered by, in this, if it were all done today.
I'm always going to be remembered as the queen of the woo. You know what I mean? But just what I want to do is just be remembered by, she was being hardworking and, being able to accomplish things in my life, pushing forward, not stopping.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm a simple person.
What's that? You said you're a simple person? No, there's a lot of complicated people out there. So good. Straightforward and direct. That's where I'm at with it. Have you done any like other projects other than like the hip hop sound? I haven't heard any other stuff from you other than like the rap,
Oh
stuff.
no, like I do my own music right now. I did music with Tragedy a few years back.
Work?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Cinematic Gunplay.
Okay. Oh, that's the homie. Big up Trash.
And me and Kamega getting ready to do some shit. But like I said, I'm working on my own music right now.
Nice. I want. You got any like what direction are you trying to? Would we expect to hear as far as that goes? I'm just out of curiosity.
You are going to hear. I don't even know how to really put it compared to what people are hearing now, but I'm gonna put it like this. I'm about to channel the ancestors. You're going to hear some Aretha in it. You're going to hear some Shaka in it. You're going to hear some Ella in it. You're going to hear some Billy in it.
Yes.
Like, you know, I'm coming fully loaded on and it's going to be so many different categories. And I love not being able to be categorized.
Well, so it's going to be interesting for me because like my ears already trained to hear like a certain sound or whatever. So it's going to, I'm excited to hear like, but like, here's the funny thing. I was like hesitant. I was like, yo, ask her to, you know, sing for a second. I've seen her sing before, but she says she doesn't like singing on the spot. So, but ask her if it works out.
Who said they don't like singing on the spot?
Not you said that. I saw you. You said if somebody asked you, you said you don't really like that. You said it was, but you said
you talking about when I met Wu?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, back then I wasn't even expecting to become a singer. I was shy. I was shy as shit.
Yeah. So we're not talking now, but I was trying to feel it out. I don't like ask. Sometimes I've asked people to rhyme or something. They be like, nah, bro. Some people like, yo, what up? But the funny thing is like I didn't even have to ask. You're just sitting there talking to me, and then this flip. It's like you flipping back Spanish, like my Puerto Rican cats just flipping back. You know what I mean? It was like you talking 1 minute, next minute you singing. So that was like I didn't even have to ask. So I appreciate that.
If it gets dark, I'm just walking through my house, getting ready to turn the light on. You can keep talking.
No, we good. So, yeah, he said, I get chills, but she said she's summoning the ancients. Yeah, because we need some real shit, Chef.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? We need to hear some real fucking, you know, we need to hear that real shit. Because there's people that really want that, man. It's whether it's singing, rap, whatever. Like, we need that.
Definitely.
So, that's what that's what we need. So, yeah, I'm glad she just was singing and talking.
Nah, because sometimes I feel like, do we remember this song? Like with the song by Barbara Streisand, I was like, I can't just say it and they don't know exactly what it is, so I'll sing it.
Right. So it helps, and that's the thing. You had brought up like, you know, singing. Are we talking about singing or auto tune? The only singing I know is people that can, like you said. I didn't know there's a differentiation like between singing with a mic and without a mic. To me, if you can sing without, like, you should be able to. If you can sing, you should be able to sing. So there's people that can't sing without a mic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, with a mic. And if the mic is taken away from you, you could still sing without it. Because some mics, they got reverb and all that. Like, I want to hear your natural shit. Hey, I want to know if I can hear you in the back.
That's crazy to me. I mean, like, yeah, of course you should be able to sing without a mic. Like, or else you're not a singer to me.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm simple too. Like, either you can sing or you can't. Let me see. We got a question before we get on out of here. So we can go here real quick. He said Watkins was curious about this. How did you get into artificial intelligence?
I taught myself.
You said you taught yourself? You just jumped on you Googled that shit. And
back in 2000, that's when I had got my first real computer. And I don't know, I've always been a numbers person. So I was in accounting while I was with Wu.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so I just kept, learning more, researching, getting into new positions, saying I know something when some of the stuff I really don't know, but I know they're going to show me because I already know the layout of it. And like, you got all of these data, platforms and all that. If anybody on here knows Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, that's the mother of them all.
Right.
And if you know that, a little bit of coding, you can become a programmer later on. It's not too complicated as people think it is. You just have to have a passion for it.
Well, good insight right there. It's funny. I'm in accounting too. I mean, I fell into it. I just taught myself. Somebody asked me. He's like, we need a payroll manager. He's like, do you know how to do it? I'm like, I could learn. He's like, all right. And then 13 years later, doing like financial reports.
Yeah, it took me about 15 years to get up to the, you know, I needed that 6 figures because I'm not going to depend on music to do that. Music is my passion, something I love to do. Music shouldn't be, you know, I like that guaranteed money better than that what if money. Now, when that what if money start paying me more than that guaranteed money, then, you know, I'll probably
Right.
think different.
Right. Right. No, that's called intelligence, man. That's all. I mean, makes perfect sense. We're gonna get ready to get on out of here. I want to make sure we save the show. IG be fucking with me, and I gotta save this. And I want to thank you so much for coming on, being direct, straightforward, and we got a little emotional, you know. And I appreciate you sharing about Dirty because we miss him too. You know what I mean? Just so to put that out there, like it's like Dirty was that dude, like. And Woo is different without Dirty. It's just different. I mean, it's dope. It's Woo, but it's Dirty was, you know. So thank you for sharing everything, man. So we're gonna get this up on our YouTube channel. We got Dr. Dre coming up next week from Yo MTV Raps, so that should be a good one. And we got we're back up to first Monday soon. We got Brother J X Clan for Constant Elevation, our monthly bill.
Clan.
Yeah, Brother J.
Really?
So Grand Verb. So we do a monthly with him. So thank you, though. We really appreciate you. And we're going to get this up, tag you in it. This will be on the YouTube channel. And thanks, everybody, for rocking with us. But thank you. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna save this, and we'll tag you. And please, anything you need as far as if you want to give an album, some traction or whatever, you want any music, please let me know.
I think I'm here. Some new shit that was just done.
Please. Please.
All right.
Pretty please. So thanks, everybody. We'll get this up. Have a good night.
See y'all.
All right.